What's up guys, and welcome to this week's Murfsworld. We are back in the UK after our trip to Norway last week, which is fantastic. If you haven't checked out the episode, please go back and watch it. I'd like to say a big happy birthday to my lovely mother today. So thank you for everything you do for me and brother and nephew and everyone basically. So thank you very much and have a great birthday. And also to my little sort of cousin niece Tegan tomorrow. So hope you have a great birthday too. I've been very lucky this week. We have had some great new shows, some great films on Amazon, Netflix and Sky. I watch all the shows and films for you, so you don't have to, and save any arguments. So without further ado, let's see what I've been watching this week. The Island on Netflix. It's a limited series. I've only actually watched 2 episodes so far, just because of time. It's only just come onto Netflix. Thank you very much, Tyler, for suggesting this one in the comments last week. Don't forget, guys, if you do have any suggestions, put them in the comments below and I'll be happy to review them. You may already be aware that I'm a massive fan of the TV series Lost. This series reminded me a lot of Lost. The opening scene is a lady waking up on a beach, not knowing what's happened. Very similar to the start of Lost when Jack Shepherd woke up on the beach with his eyes open. In fact, it's almost an identical shot. It's basically several people have woken up on a beach. None of them have any memory of how they got there. They're all fully dressed, all clean, like haven't just washed up in the sea. It's like they've been put there. It's very much kind of Lord of the Flies meets Bear Grylls Island. In fact, when the series began, all I could think about was Bear Grylls, you know, where like normal civilians go live on the island. It reminds me of that, and I was thinking, oh guys, get your water supply sorted, make sure you get some shelter and get some fire, and never separate. Bear Grylls, I listen to you, buddy. So if I ever get stuck on an island and survive, I thank you. Got a load of really good looking actors and actresses with great bodies, all thrown onto an island. So the island is mysterious. They're all sort of starting to turn on each other. You know, your friendships are bonding. There's a lot of questions at the moment. Obviously how they got there, what's going on. So I'm really intrigued to see how it pans out. So far, not many of the characters are actually likable. There's one guy in it, I will not name names, I'll let you watch it. Put a comment below if you know what I'm talking about. I absolutely despise. It's like one of the biggest scumbags ever, and he's on the island. Oh, so that series, check it out. I'd say so far so good. I will let you know a little update once I've finished it. It's going to be a binge watch, 100. Check that one out, The Island on Netflix. Criminal UK on Netflix. Wow, what did I just watch? Honestly, this series is so intense and fascinating. So Netflix have actually made 4 series. There's one in the UK, one in Spain, one in France, and one in Germany. They're all 3-part episodes. So there's 12 episodes in total. I've watched the 3 UK ones, so that's what I'm talking about today. So I did try and watch one of the French ones, but it was subtitles a bit, I think you lose a bit of the tension when it's subtitled. And then having it dubbed is obviously a bit meh. You know, I'm not really a fan of dubbing. It's sort of a bit fake and it's all like, no. You know, I can't stand that. So it is set solely in an interrogation room. So you've got the interrogation room and then you've got the corridor and you've got the outside room, you know, where they look through the window. And it's actually amazing. You don't know what's going on. You're kind of like the jury. So the first episode, I'll talk about the first episode now, which has got David Tennant, got his lawyer there, him, and then you've got 2 guys interrogating him, and then you've got guys in the room sort of watching it through the window. It's intriguing. You don't know if he's done it, if he hasn't done it. The crime is very severe, hence why it grabs you straight away with the intensity. And obviously if he hasn't done it, you see how the kind of police can manipulate you, and you know, you can get maybe set up something you haven't done, AKA making a murderer on Netflix. That's the way I'm kind of viewing it when I started watching it. Got the kind of the side of the law, and they're trying to push you and how they can manipulate you, little tactics, they use little techniques, or you know, if you have done it, you know, how they unlock it and, you know, get you basically. And then you've got the other side of it, you know, the lawyer, and then obviously the defendant or potential defendant. Acting wise, it's brilliant. Everyone in it is fantastic, top of their game acting, but it's gripping, fascinating. If you like crime, dramas, sort of a BBC style show, I would say. I'd sort of, you know, sort of thing the BBC would make. Check it out, hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below. Unbelievable on Netflix, another fantastic new series. Netflix are smashing it at the moment, honestly, one after the other, great series. Episode 1 is about a young student who has been in foster care throughout her life. She moves to college and then she calls the police to report a man has broken into her house and committed rape, basically. And it's about how the police deal with things. 2 male policemen, you know, the amount of forms you have to fill out, the trauma you have to go through when you report a case like this. It's actually quite hard to see, you know, sort of you think about what people have to go through when they've suffered one of the most horrific crimes that you can. And then you start seeing other instances of the same attacker, so it's a serial rapist, and then different episodes you see different police sections and sort of how they intertwine and how different people deal with things, you know, sort of a female policewoman who's really well trained at it, how well she copes, you know, with the victim. I cannot wait to get to the end of this and see the resolution. It's based on true events, which also, you know, adds a bit of fascination to it. It's hard hitting, but I don't think it's sort of hard hitting like unwatchable. You know, they've done it quite tastefully, if that makes sense. Content subject is obviously, you know, it's difficult, it's not a nice thing, but they've done it really, really well, and it's really, really good. Some great acting as always. I mean, every character in it has actually been fantastic. It's kind of a bit gritty. Really recommend this show. It's hard hitting. It's not sort of thing I sit down, let's all watch it with the family. There's a lot of movement at the moment with, you know, the Me Too movement and sort of how women are treated in society, especially with things like this, which I think is fantastic to, you know, open people's eyes. So check that one out. Really, really good show. Fundamentals of Caring on Netflix. It's an older film from 2016. Thank you so much to my friend Scotty C for recommending this to me. I've never actually heard of it. I'd seen the cover before, it just didn't really interest me. But wow, this is one of those films that I'll remember forever. It's gone into my top films of all time. It's amazing. It's a real lovely, great film. It's heartwarming, it's comical, it's dramatic. It just covers everything. I did not want this film to end. It's how good I thought it was. It was great. It's only a short film, it's about an hour and a half, but wow. It's kind of like an indie movie. It reminded me very much of when I watched the film Juno. So if you like Juno, I think you'll love this film. If you don't like Juno, again, watch this, let me know what you think in the comments below, because I thought this film was amazing. A real hidden gem. The story is about Paul Rudd, who's trained to become a carer, and he gets a job looking after a disabled young man, a British chap who's moved to America with his mum, who works in a bank, and it's his first job as a carer, and basically, the kid is hilarious. British actor Craig Roberts plays the disabled teenager. It's about the relationship between the two of them. The disabled kid is obviously sort of, his mum's really worried about him, you know, sort of keeping him alive because his disability is so bad. And, you know, so he hasn't really lived. He hasn't really done a lot. Paul Rudd's obviously going through a lot of personal issues. Again, the film touched on all these. And it's about the two of them kind of getting together and almost helping each other kind of fix themselves, as it were. But I don't want to give too much more away. It's kind of like a buddy movie. All I can say is you must watch this film. I thought it was excellent. So check that one out, 100%. That's it for this week's episode, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, your support means everything to me. So please sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment, hit like, and hit notifications so every Thursday you'll be the first to know when my new video is out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. I've got to go. I've just got a new INXS CD turn up. It's time for a bit of loving at home. So me and my bedroom have an appointment. So I'll see you guys next week.